The NTSC, the National Technology Security Coalition, is the preeminent voice of the CISO, the Chief Information Security Officer for federal policy on Capitol Hill. Our motivation for forming the NTSC was really about the need to keep in front of the trends that were going on with federal policy as it affects cybersecurity.
2016 was really getting organized, finding a national director, getting the infrastructure built up, recruiting more members.
A great gentleman, Chris Krebs. Chris heard what we were doing, flew down from DC, came to Atlanta, said, okay, what are y'all doing? We gave him the whole spiel, told him what we were doing, why it was important. He said, all the federal lobbyists are on K Street in DC. If you're doing this, why aren't you on K Street? We didn't want to have a lot of that inside the Beltway think. We wanted to bring that private perspective, and we think it was all very important.
I don't think there's a single member of Congress that doesn't think this is important, but oftentimes because of their backgrounds, they don't have the expertise, especially from a practitioner standpoint. But what we were trying to do is create the pragmatic perspective, the perspective of the CISO, that regardless of what policies they come up with, at the end of the day, we had to implement these.
Fast forward a year, met Chris Krebs again at one of our conferences, and he turned and he looked at Patrick and me and he said, it makes all the sense in the world that you're not in K Street and that you're here, and it has really grown from there.
I think the biggest thing is really the education. Many of our consumers, this isn't their life, this isn't what they think about every day, but they want to be protected. I know NTSC has raised the conversation.
People want to be able to utilize technology for all of the good reasons, but we've got to have that security and we've got to have good policies at the federal level to back them up. And what's really exciting about this evolution is at the end of the year, we actually have been invited to go to the UK, and we'll be in London holding our forum and talking to some of the companies out there. And then how can we collaborate? Because it's not just a US problem for us to solve. We've got to have good partners around the world to help us solve it.